All right.
Am I good?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's good to see everybody here. Thanks for joining us for Thursday Night Live here on Old Gray Bricks. My name's Chris. You can call me Fazoom. You can call me Old Gray Bricks. Just don't call me late for dinner. And here is the, oh, yeah, I did it. I totally did it. All right. And here's our crew for the night. We've got a few more that'll be coming in a little bit later, going around the room. We got Matthew here. And
Hello.
we got Mark Sandlin. We'll get everybody. We'll go. And Dana. We got Mark Sandlin, Matthew. We got Brian. We got Meredith. And we got me. Did I miss anybody? I think we got everybody. All right. So how are you guys doing this evening? Everybody good?
Good.
Pretty good.
Been a good week. It's been a very heavy Lego week for me. I don't know about the rest of you.
It has been.
Not that it's not always a Lego week, but this has been like a heavy Lego week for me.
Yeah, I think it's because all of a sudden these have been showing up for me. I don't know about y'all.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, you guys ordered those parts with the new space torso, and so I had to order them. So
Yeah.
It's peer pressure. There's a whole that could be a whole show talking about peer pressure when it comes to Lego.
I saw your pictures, and then I had to go order them off Bricks and Pieces.
Yeah, this little dude right here, he's been the talk of, he's the talk of everything lately. With that nice little classic space logo sitting in the center of his chest. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which set was that in?
What's that from? Is that from the recent city?
That's from the Creator 3-in-1 moon or like space rover or whatever.
Gotcha.
Which ironically isn't out yet in the United States, but we can order the minifigure parts from Bricks and Pieces.
Yeah, that's
Right.
bizarre.
Because they're available in Europe, and that's where Pick a Brick comes from, or Bricks and Pieces comes from, is Europe. So I don't know, but anyway, they're hauling the parts for us, so that's good, right? So, all right, well, Dana, since you spoke up and this has been a heavy week, I'll let you start with you. What's going on in your nerd world this week?
Well, so as you mentioned, the Bricks and Pieces, so that was cool to get in. So a little interesting tidbit about getting Bricks and Pieces this week, and I was sharing this with Matthew. I ordered I think it was a 200-piece order of like 75 different pieces or whatever like that, or different unique parts, and I actually got 3 or 4 extra pieces.
Ooh.
So just an interesting thing that actually, outside of us just getting little studs and pieces inside of a set, that Bricks and Pieces actually sent me extras of a few things and they were big things too, like an inverted corner piece.
Oh.
Inverted corner. I ordered 3 of them and I got 4. So maybe it was just the person picking said, oh, maybe he needs 4, so we're going to send him 4. So that was kind of interesting. But with that Bricks and Pieces order, I was able to actually build a different UCS Ghost or a Phantom.
Oh.
That this will sit in the back of the UCS Ghost that I'm going to be building. I'm waiting for a Bricklink order from the Netherlands for a very difficult part to find, so I can start building that. And then the other cool thing that I got to build this week was this nice little DL44.
Who shot first?
I shot first for sure. And the great thing about this, I love this, is that the guy when they designed it, the trigger actually springs back and forth.
Oh.
I like that.
No. You need a light brick in the end now that you can do that.
Yeah, that was the one thing that would have made this that much cooler, is to have a light brick in the end. So as far as parts go, this, for the most part, the whole thing really isn't that full of uncommon parts, except for one. These, and I think I mentioned this last time, these little tiny 2x2 roof tiles in dark bluish gray came in one set, a TIE Fighter set, and that's it. I think I pulled the last 2. I had 2 in my inventory, and I had to order from Canada for the other 2. So a very rare part just to build this. I think when I just did on Studio, I pulled it up because I built it in Studio originally just for fun. Mm-hmm. And so I used Studio to find out, well, what would it cost to buy all the parts off of Bricklink? And it lists it at $80. And that's not counting shipping. So if you do try to go and build one of these things, because I think for these a couple of unique parts that now need to come out of Europe, makes it a little pricey. But that's all I got for now. I hate that I missed last week. And so I guess my last parting shot is that I did take my ugly piece that I hated. And so I went ahead and built a little taking 2 of those and using some funky Lego math to get everything to sit correctly. And so I don't know if we want to call this a cryo tube or
I was going to say a life support tube.
It's either a cryo tube or a med bay lab, or I'm thinking an alien abduction container. So any one of those 3 is probably how this will work.
You should probably have some aliens peeking in on him. That would be cool.
Well, that's where it leaves it up to interpretation. Is it a med bay lab? Is it an alien container? Yeah. So if I had gone a little more and given it some background, maybe it would have defined it specifically. But I just wanted to at least crack it out.
I got you. All right. Hey, welcome him into the chat, Winter Bricker and Great South Bricks, my man up in Cartersville. Ryan Wood is in the chat, and welcome, folks. I see Bricksmith is in the green room. I hope the snacks are good in there. Bricksmith, we'll pop you in here in half a second. All right. So Matthew, you got the aliens sitting there. So let's tell what's up in your world this week.
Yeah. So this week was the culmination of really 2 years. So it's about 2 years ago that I ordered the Arvo Brothers Alien book, and if you're on the fence, it's a very nice book, hardcover, and it comes with a parts list to the back. The instructions, I would say, are very clear. So if it's something that you're at all interested in building, I would give it a good thumbs up. And they talk a little bit about their design process, which I don't build. I build a lot of houses, so I don't build a lot of mechs or standing figures. So it was interesting for me to see this description. And I gradually collected the parts. So it took me about 1.5 years, 2 years to accumulate. I didn't want to order a ton of things. I was just going to pull stuff through various sets that I collected. And we're at the finish. So the base has a lot of white pieces. In particular, these angled bricks, it takes a lot of them. So that was one of the last things, and I did order a few of those. And last week I was talking about how unsteady it was. I kept having a problem with this hip popping out, and I finally
happens to men of our age.
Yeah. This alien needed a hip replacement. I don't know if we should blame the Queen or Ripley or what, but so I did some experimenting, and it turned out that the socket piece just wasn't clicking and holding in. So I had to deconstruct the bottom of the torso and just put in a new piece. I had one in my collection, and that took care of the hip just falling apart, and it remains upright. So it's reasonably solid. I mean, a good gust of wind would knock it over, but I've had it standing now for about a week, and it hasn't fallen over. So I'm glad I don't live in California with a lot of earthquakes. The other thing I'd say is if you have an interest in building this and buying the instructions, the one expensive part is this piece on the hip. And so somebody called it a toenail, referred to it as a toenail piece, but it's a windscreen curved. And that piece now goes for about $8 a piece, and you need 8 of them. And I only had 2. So I finally bit the bullet and ordered 5 more. So that cost me about over $30. That was like the final thing I needed to get started building it. But I'm a huge fan of the Alien franchise. I have all the movies on DVD, if you kids know what DVDs are. And so I put the movies on, and I built it, and I'm thoroughly pleased with it. It looks menacing, and it's staying upright. So I'm thrilled with this particular Lego build.
Good. Cool deal. Okay, I do notice that you haven't added fire from the Millennium Falcon crashing through Rainbow Row up there in those buildings. So we expect that in the future. All right.
Well, I also, like Dana, I had 3 bricks and pieces orders, and I built Central Perk, and I sorted my Technic bin this week. So I've been busy. I just haven't gotten around to flames erupting yet. So
okay, let's just give him applause for sorting his Technic bin, because who does that?
My husband.
It was tedious. Yeah,
Right,
I got Coca-Cola for you if you come do it at my house, because I don't Technic. All right, let's go to Miss Meredith here. Tell us what's up in your Lego world.
My child and I are now building Monkey King. We have the boat and the mech. So we're on a staycation next week, so that's what we're doing.
Hey, Meredith, time out. Everybody, welcome to the chat. Mr. Hinkle is in the house. Here we go. Mr. Hinkle out. Wait. Here we go. Here we go. Get your Hinkle stuff out. Welcome the Hinkle. Get it out. There we go. Get your Hinkle swag. There we go. Put it on.
I gotta give me some Hinkle swag, it sounds like.
That's right. Oh, you don't have any.
That's mine for now. Does that count?
That counts. All right. Okay. Welcome, Mr. Hinkle Draws. We're glad you're here always. All right. I'm sorry, Miss Meredith. We had to come up for that.
So we're having a staycation. So we're going to be building. She already started building the cargo ship, and we'll be doing the mech next week. But in the meanwhile, we've been putting Bricklink orders in for fun stuff like this because I don't have any of them. The coral,
seaweed or coral, or
we're doing We're doing a mock that has a lot of sea theme stuff.
Yeah.
That little pearly muffin looking piece from
it's from Dots.
Dots. That's cool.
This is what we're working on, and it's very, 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 very not yet.
Oh, what was that?
Friends pirate ship.
Wow.
That is.
So we're trying to make it very nautical themed, very bright colors.
That's very cool.
So that's what we're working on, but that's been about a month and a half of work.
Awesome. That's awesome. So is little one headed to bed, or is little one or?
She was bribed with ice cream and Disney Plus.
You know what? Honestly, I could be bribed with that right now too. I mean, straight up and honest. So, all right, that's awesome. I can't wait to see that that ship come together. All right. So, Brian, let's go. What's in your world, man? I want you to note that Brian has a fantastic Lego display on display.
Yes. This is what I was able to come up with. I had to match everybody else's fantastic Lego displays in the background. So that's what I came up with.
Everybody, show your shirt. Show your shirts. Everybody who's got on space. Yeah. We have two without.
Nope. I've got Kirby.
Hey, that's worthy though.
It's something. It's nerd culture.
If it was Jack Kirby, yes. But anyway, go ahead.
So I've had to really slow down on purchasing Lego because I'm sure, as you've seen, Chris, I've bought all those castle sets in the past couple months. That's been the majority of my Lego budget. But right now I'm actually waiting on one last order. The other day I mentioned in the chat that I had ordered a bunch of stuff from Bricklink, and I'm still waiting on an order from May 6th, I want to say, from overseas. I don't know what's taken them so long. I'm sure it's just all the COVID stuff, but I'm building Weetabix Castle, if anybody knows what that one is.
No.
Has anybody heard of that one?
No.
Weetabix is like a breakfast cereal in Britain or something, right?
Yeah, I actually lived in England and ate Weetabix for a little bit early in my life.
Did it cause hair growth? I'm just asking for a friend.
Huh?
Did it cause hair growth? I'm just asking for a friend.
It was disgusting. It's just these just wheat in a bar shape. But anyways, so it's a bunch of basic bricks and a bunch of bricks from the 70s, but I had to get these exclusive flags. And this one right here was one of the last ones that was available on Bricklink.
Ooh.
But it's 1970s something, like early 1970s. The castle was a mail away promo for Weetabix in 1970. So the reason I got it is because I had Cheese Castle, Yellow Castle, which what I always thought was the first castle. And then I was betrayed when I found out that this one was on Bricklink and came out 8 years earlier. So that's what I've been waiting to finish. I've just got that one last order. And then with that order also is pieces for a second Dark Forest Fortress, which is another one of my favorite Forestman sets. So
very nice.
That's what I've been doing.
Sweet. Hey, you should mount your brick on the wall and then put your little flag on it. That would be amazing. So,
excellent. That's a great idea.
All right. Hey, Brian, while you're doing that, I'm gonna drop you to the green room and pop in Bricksmith.
Sure.
And then we'll drop him in, and Mark, you can talk about your stuff. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. Hang on. If Andy from the studio, I'm gonna kick you. There.
Science.
Let's see if you're Oh, I may have kicked him all the way out. All right, I didn't mean to. All right.
If only you'd gone to a tech school.
Jingle swag, space shirt.
All right, you're caught up.
Glad you're here. All right, let's see, Mr. Mark, what is up in your Lego world?
Well, as has been happening for the last couple of weeks in my house, we are still stuck in the hidden side. And this week, my mom, Paul's grandmother, decided to send him a couple more hidden side sets. So we have the Welcome to the Hidden Side Spooky Tree, and we have El Fuego. Stunt truck. So that's what we've been doing here at my house, and they're really fun sets. I think they're really cool. They have some interesting build techniques on them, more so the truck. I really do like the colors on the spooky tree. You know, it's got this kind of like spooky upside down blues and blacks and stuff going on with it. And it can barf spiders. If you flip a little thing, it goes bleh, and it barfs spiders out of the mouth. So that's kind of fun.
Awesome.
And it's got like little claws here on the side, but they don't really do very much. But
is the
sorry.
blue, is that light azure or is that light blue?
It
looks like light azure.
you tell me.
Hey, welcome to enjoying Friends colors.
There it is.
So
Dark blue.
anyway, there's not much to say about this set. It comes with 3 ghosts, ghosts, 3 of them. One of them is a Canadian ghost. He's got like a lumberjack shirt and a hat that.
No maple syrup though.
Ghost.
Boot it. But anyway, noticed one thing. There's been a lot, and speaking of Ryan Wood, we had a video chat with my son and Ryan's kids today. They have the Subway set. We do not, but we realized they had the Subway set and they turned it around, and it has this kind of like vines and stuff on the back of it, and we realized the 2 sets are meant to be put back to back. So that a minifig can be eaten by the monster subway car and come out of this door on the other end, sending the minifigure to the hidden side. And that's actually something that kind of happens on the hidden side cartoon. If you watch any of those episodes on YouTube, my son Paul has watched a bunch of them. And so you can actually put these sets back to back and do that whole thing going through to the hidden side, which is what this set is. I thought that was cool.
That's awesome.
And something that has been kind of complained about with the hidden side sets is you can't tell any of this stuff from the box. Like you just wouldn't know that looking at the box, because the box has got all that weird art going on, and like stores are confused and parents are confused and nobody knows what to do with it. And it's really a shame because the sets are neat and the app is really good. The game that the kids play on the app is really cool. My son has played a bunch of it. He loves it. He thinks it's a really neat app, and it's just kind of unfortunate that the boxes are kind of confusing. So anyway, that's a cool set. I like this truck. There's some really neat sort of snot build going on with the front of the truck here. There's some neat stickers on it. If you like stickers, it says El Fuego on the side of it, which is fun. They spent a lot of brick to make it do this. It has a Technic piston, which you can kind of see in there. Just a Technic piston. So it is spring loaded, but it's got like all of this Technic build and bricks and plates and junk under here just to do that, which really seems like a waste of parts to me.
Mark, could you turn it into one of those low riders where it like hops up and down from the 90s?
You know, that would be even more fun if it did do that.
Kind of like the Joker car from the Batman movie.
Yeah, the Joker car.
Didn't they use rubber bands for that?
They did. Yeah, they did.
And it comes with the bikers, the ghostly bikers, which they're kind of fun. I like the ghost wings that are on this one. I think the ghost wings are a cool piece. I think they're neat.
Mark, could those be used for a Fleegnork upgrade? or mutation.
Nobody wants a flying Fleabnork. That would just be horrible.
That's a mutation.
Hey, I don't give a
Which one's
fuck.
giving us everything else? Why not flying Fleabnorks?
That is-
You know, that's not a bad idea. I'll look into it.
I ain't giving a flying Fleabnork about it. Anyways.
So anyway, that's the hidden side. That's where I'm at this week, and I have more junk I can talk about, but I need to let somebody else say a few things for a few minutes.
Yeah, Brian made it crawled back into the green room after I actually kicked him all the way off. I didn't ban him though, so I didn't hit that.
Shame on you.
But yeah, that's one thing that's interesting. And I think if Hidden Side doesn't make it, I think the main thing is that whoever designed the box art should be fired. I mean, I don't know, not fired, but a reprimand or whatever. Because I've even gone to go get a certain set and had to go, wait a minute, no, because they all look weird and the same, and it's hard to distinguish what's going on. So, anyway, all right, welcome our brother from Florida. Anyway, at least
I want you guys to recognize the yeah.
Loving the shirt.
That's my bucket.
Loving the shirt.
Hey YouTube, I'm Brick Smith. What do you want to know? What I've been up to?
let me see some of that space you've been digging out, man. I don't talk about no crickets.
How about $5 clickets, man?
You couldn't pay me $5 for clicking. No, I like clicking.
Come on. So yeah, this is cool. That's a brick separator.
That's funky.
That's a
What?
click. That's a click.
Is that a tail or a brick separator?
It looks like a turkey call.
I'm not going to say what that looks like.
Tongue depressor. That's
There
a
it
tongue
is.
depressor.
Yeah, we'll call it a tongue depressor.
Sure.
No, so I don't remember how many I had pulled last time we talked. So first off, in Florida, I don't get big deals like this too often. I live in a college town. What does he want? Kevin wouldn't fire the artist. Shut up, Kevin. Oh, Kevin, he's sensitive about artists, ain't he?
You know, as a graphic
right.
designer, I agree with Kevin. Speaking as a graphic designer,
I got it. I misspoke. Forgive my words, Kevin. Please make more of my drawings tomorrow on your thing. All right, on your dual stream. Thank you very much.
Here, get him a-
It's never the artist's fault. It's never the artist's fault.
okay. I don't have to, do I have to share the screen with
Hey,
Kevin?
Hinkle, write more next time. It'll cover him up all the way. So, but I agree. You're right, Kevin. You're right. Whoever directed that artist to draw that should, whatever.
For sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. So
Artists are awesome.
some of these are built, some of them aren't. I just have the set number.
Crater crawler.
Trader crawler.
Hey, are you not touching the space? Is that why you still have it in a bag?
No, everything's bagged up. There's that one, and there's this one. And there's
Oh, that's the.
this one, and then there's this one.
Oh, that's the motorcycle shop.
Yeah, I got to get the motorcycle shot. A motorcycle. This one's an airplane from '87.
Is that the MedStar one?
This is the jet airliner.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool. But the MedStar one was really cool.
I built this one.
Nice. Tanker
Yeah.
trucks. Love the trucks.
Yeah.
Big trucks.
Some more space. Oh yeah, now I remember. So I am bragging. This one's built on my shelf over there. It's the ATTE from 03.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
And this is the amount of missing pieces it had. I did a bricklink order. That's what was missing.
my son, who's supposed to be doing his youth group stuff right now, is also joining us chatting. His Lego is airlocked. Good job, son.
Again, did a bricklink order. The horse wasn't missing, but that's the castle. 6074.
Did it come with a cart?
That's the ghost. 634. That's catapult.
So how much? Let me ask you, how much did you pay for this bulk lot?
Hang on.
How much?
Wait, there's more. That's this one. That's the
Oh yeah.
Enchanted Island.
And how much did you pay for this box?
Hold on, there's more. It's this one.
The show's only an hour.
I know. I got two of these. Alpha Team. There's two in the bag. I got the Forest. I got 6077. 6879.
Oh,
Planet.
6. What is that? Oh, that's the cement truck. 6682.
Oh, I had that, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was this one, the first one, and then this is that one.
Yeah.
So I got all these sets, and they're missing a few parts, but I got all for $40.
What? Score?
Yep. All right. So Bricksmith's going to the green room.
Shoot him.
Anybody want to go run to the green room by any chance? Anybody want to pop the green room for a second?
I go back to the green room. It's fine.
All right. We'll put.
You can put me in the green room.
Put me back up here. Put me back up on the big screen.
Okay.
Okay. On June 29th, myself and a couple of AFOLS here from Florida will be in Noonan, Georgia, and we're going to the Atlanta Brick Company, and we would love to see you and eat with you.
That's right.
Whoever, all of you.
Go down.
Come on with it.
How long of a drive is that for you?
4.5 hours. It's worth every minute. It's worth every minute.
You're in, you're out. You're in, you're out. It's no big deal.
So,
All right. Hey, I know, Bruce, I'm going to drop you down for a second, but I know Meredith's leaving here in just a minute. So
Yeah.
let me drop you down here in a second. Okay. Let me add Brian back in. Hey, Brian, how are you? You got your flag up there, man?
I'm back. Yeah, we got it. Representing.
Okay, so let me quickly. I'll talk about what's going on in my brick world. So Jake and I, my son and I, went to the Lego store proper, and I bought a bunch of bricks and everything. So I have completed 3 sections of the tower for my Blacktron moon base here. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the Blacktron symbol on what? And the black brick in this, that is each, let's see, put it back here. From here to here is a cup of bricks. So I got all those 2 cup of bricks, built those 2 sections right there. So I'm gonna have to go back and get some more because I want to make this a pretty tall deal. So, but I have it with its eye of Blacktron and was able to purchase bag in for $30 this week. So
Sweet.
Wow. The eye of Blacktron watching over it.
that's right. Exactly right.
Uh-oh.
All right. So good deal. All right. We're going here. Let's see. We've got Micah is in the chat. Good to see you, man. Who else is here? Fazoom Jr. is here. Let's see. Anybody else? Great South Bricks and everything. Brian's Bricks. Good to see you, man. Good to have you here. All right. So here's the question. And the cool thing with Mr. Hinkle being here is he can definitely speak into this. We had a conversation offline. I guess it was last week, right? And I think Meredith even brought it up. She's like, are any of you guys getting ideaed out? Are you guys feeling like we're over ideaed and everything? And then that brought up the whole conversation, or the whole idea is Lego really targeting AFOLs? Are they doing too much to target AFOLs now? Are they actually targeting AFOLs now? We've got the 18 plus line that is kind of suddenly being packaged that way. And obviously packaging matters. Obviously packaging matters because we were talking about the packaging for the hidden side and how it didn't work. And so we got the packaging for all this kind of stuff. In your opinion, is Lego, let's just start with there. Is Lego doing too much when it comes to idea sets and maybe targeting the adult audience? What do you think?
I think Kevin's got it right there. They never targeted AFOLS.
Yeah, don't shoot down my argument. I got 30 minutes of show to go, Kevin.
I disagree with that. I think they have.
Okay.
So, I mean, definitely, I think looking at the UCS series, like there's no kids or really even teens that can afford an $800 Millennium Falconer or $700, Star Destroyer. Like that's specifically for AFOLs.
You have not experienced the children who live in North Georgia. Golden
That's actually true. I did teach Lego robotics for a wealthy area, and a lot of those kids did have those sets. So yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but still.
I think North Point straddles Johns Creek, which is the wealthiest, just wealthiest city in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like their legs are here and the creek goes here, or no?
So I worked at the North Point Lego store, and there was a kid that came in one day, and he bought the big Death Star set, which was $400 set. This is before it went up, and he stepped up to the counter and pays in cash, and he said, "Well, I'm spending half of my good grade money today." He got $800 for good grades. In my house, good grades meant you didn't get yelled at, but I'm an old gray guy. So.
It's funny because Kevin pointed out that adult consumers does not equal AFOLs. In one of the Forever Sorting episodes, they talk about the difference between KFOLs and children who buy Lego. Those are two different things, two different species, basically. And I think adults who buy Lego versus adults consumers who buy Legos, those are two different things. And I think that is true that Lego is trying to target new consumers that are not Lego fans already. And I think that, I think we brought up, and this was off, the Black Series Lego set or Black Series Star Wars figures, that are very highly collectible. They're aimed towards, collectors in that aspect. And the fact that the new helmets and a lot of the new sets that we classify as targeted towards adults in that black packaging, they're to gain, Star Wars fans who may not normally be Lego fans to get them in to buy Lego. And I think that's probably more accurate than attacking or trying to appease AFOLs. Because we're idiots. We're going to buy no matter whether they appeal to us or not. They're like, ooh, inside sets. Let me have that. If it's something space, ooh, I want that. They know we're a built-in target. They don't have to appeal to us.
And to illustrate your point, the UCS Star Destroyer and the Death Star 2, those were the two sets that pulled me out of my dark ages of Lego and got me back into buying Lego sets. And so I had been a child that played with Lego, and I still have my, 1979, 1980 sets, but I was not buying any Lego until I saw those, and I went, oh, those are the sets I always wanted Lego to make as a kid, huge spaceships, and I was like, I really want this. And that opened the door to me buying first just Star Wars sets, but in my room right now, I mean, one of the things that I've tried to do is get all of the UCS, and so I've been rebricking some of the sets that I missed out on, but eventually I want to have all the UCS sets here in my Lego space up on the shelf. So it is something that obviously can appeal to people who are already fans of Lego, but it does pull people in who may not be current customers, and I'm one of those people. And now I'm an AFOL, but I wasn't then.
Here's my thing with the ideas and the AFOLs, or not really AFOLs, the adult consumers. If you look on the Lego ideas right now, there's Princess Bride. I love some of these things, but it's going off the nostalgia of the 80s and 90s. You got Princess Bride, you got Frasier, you got all of these sets that are 80s and 90s pop culture reflections. And if you look at who was it, you got the Kevin McAllister house and the Seinfeld apartment. I just feel like, man, that's a big push for them to try to take, you know, a lot of adult consumers that have money now and market their, you know, there was other sets in the Lego ideas, but 2 of the sets are licensed property to me, I think, just to get those adult consumers that have money and will spend stuff on things that are nostalgic.
You know, it's interesting that you point out the 80s nostalgia kick because
the 90s too.
Well, not 80s, 90s. Let's just call it pop culture reference in the last couple decades.
Gen X. Gen
Xers who have plenty of Lego money.
Yes.
That's my Lego budget.
You know. But it's funny because if you think back to the Dimensions sets that were coming out before the game died, were, you know, they were starting to really get heavy into 80s properties. And again, I think it all kind of comes into play. You know, it's a formula. And I think even the people who are designing Lego idea sets, you know, you see something that's being redone and you see something that's hitting, and you're like, oh, well, if I want to get a set that I designed to be 1880s nostalgia, if I'm going to design a set that I want to get accepted, you know, I meet my 10,000 people who are interested. Now I got to appeal to the Lego group for them to actually pick it. If I can pick a property that might draw in more people to want to buy it, not just AFOLS, or not just, you know, let's do a pirate theme or a space theme, because I want to appeal to a broader audience outside of the Lego community. 80s pop culture, 80s nostalgia, early 90s, that's a target audience just built in, waiting for people to buy stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that comes back to, like, you need an IP to attach to something that people will be willing to get behind to support it. And even seeing things like you were talking about nostalgia, like the most recent one that passed that I'm actually excited for is the Avatar sets, because we haven't seen those in 14 years now. And so now people who are my age growing up with Avatar have money to go back and buy an Avatar set. And then you see the 2 that they made are like $400 or, you know, $200 for the Air Temple. It's just crazy. And so everybody in Lego Ideas is just preying on nostalgia, kind of like you said, because that's what gets, like, the people that are online that are willing to engage with Lego Ideas is the adult Lego community. So the people that will be seeing these ideas is not necessarily kids that would be, you know, at a store buying Legos, which is why I think we saw like the Adventure Time set that just did not sell well at all, because like nobody wanted that, like not even the kids really.
Yeah.
And
it
so
didn't have the right demographic.
Yeah, I think it's the way Ideas is formed. It like basically has to prey on nostalgia and adult Lego fans, and that's just kind of the way that it is made.
Which is sad, because I really like the ideas, like the treehouse. I haven't bought it, but if ever can find it for a good deal, I'd get it.
You know,
like a ski chalet or something that was really cute. And I wish more of those were kind of picked versus the top 80s, 90s nostalgia.
No, that's a perfect point. I was just going to bring up the treehouse and the fact that most of the Lego idea sets that we're seeing approved are not, you know, original sets. They're based off of something, a pop culture or whatever it is. And unfortunately, I think that's just leading designers of sets to go down that path, which is unfortunate, because I think the treehouse was phenomenal, and I'd love to see more stuff. What is it? The seashell, the bait shack.
Bait shack.
The bait shop. Another awesome set, and you know we should be seeing more things like that, not something that we're being credited to from 80s pop culture. It'd be better to see something more original. And that might.
But I would love to see the numbers. How many fishing shacks sold versus how many, whatever the last Star Wars set sold. And there's also a thing of retention that sometimes I know I heard talked about a little bit. It's to retain us. And Brian, I remember being your age, fresh out of college, and you got some change. And before your wife sees that first credit card bill, and you know what I'm saying, and there's that hit me. Was it 99 when Star Wars came out, and I was a Lego fan, but I'm like, oh, this has got a deeper hook into some cross-cultural stuff with me. And but there was a lot of it that was also like, hey, there's a lot of gray bricks and slopes that I didn't have to build the spaceships I wanted. That's kind of an old school Lego idea that I think they've lost a little bit too. But that was almost retaining or, you know, drawing me back in a little deeper to retain me. And when it worked, you know what I'm saying? But those sets were targeted for kids. And honestly, I would buy an X-Wing at a price point back at $20 super fast, and I would buy a bunch of them. It's kind of hard for me to buy the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter, and it cost me $150. But I mean, I get it. That's what Lego does. But there is some. Do you think some of these sets maybe aren't to excite us more than just keep us interested? Maybe.
I mean, from my perspective, the sets in Creator that I buy are the sculpture sets. So I bought the treehouse. So Micah asked the question, who's going to buy the typewriter? I'm going to buy the typewriter. I'm going to buy the typewriter because there's nothing else like it. I could put together some of the sets that look like intellectual property. I could create some of that stuff on my own. I'm very interested to see how the typewriter comes together because I would have never thought to build a typewriter. I bought the Jurassic Park set and I sold off the minifigs because I just don't care. But I wanted the dinosaur because I wanted to see how the dinosaur fit together, and it's fantastic. So when I buy the idea sets, it definitely keeps me interested, and it shows me new techniques, or it shows me how to sculpt things out of Lego that I might not build because I tend to build structures. And so like putting together the T-Rex was eye-opening just to look at how it all snapped together and it didn't fall over. It actually stood up, which in and of itself is an engineering feat.
The Jurassic Park set wasn't a Lego Ideas.
Was it?
That's controversial.
It's very controversial.
There was an Ideas brick-built T-Rex that got rejected, and then the set came out. And you're right, it's not exactly the same as the brick-built T-Rex, but I voted for that brick-built T-Rex and the Stegosaurus, and I still want that Stegosaurus because I want to have brick-built dinosaurs. So you're right. Technically, it was not an Ideas set. It just stole from the Ideas designer.
You know, Ryan brings up a great concept because, like, and not so much the Lego Ideas sets, but just sets targeted at bringing in certain people. The Saturn V, the Moonlander. I know from my local Lego store, talking to the manager, I mean, they had, you know, people come out of the woodwork when those sets were released. And, you know, these sets are over $100. So if you're a VIP, you're automatically going to get a little bit of a return on that. And they would always ask us, as everyone knows, are you a VIP member? Would you like to be one? You know, that's the typical script. And these people are like, nope, don't care. I'm never coming back. I just want the Saturn V and I'm gone. And yeah. I think, you know, that's exactly what it is. When the piano comes out, you're going to have scores of people who play the piano coming in there just for that. So it's how do we get more people in the store to buy sets that we didn't have before?
That's right. Hey, I'm going to time out for a second. I'm going to drop myself out and
hey, I got to get my munchkin to bed. So
okay, I still got to drop.
Why don't you bring in the Bricksmith as my replacement?
All right. See ya.
Bye, Mayor.
Bye.
Bring in the DH.
I'll be right back.
Where's he going?
He's back.
I wasn't paying any attention.
Yeah, he heard you were coming back, and
yeah,
so
I get
that. I'm out.
He took off. Well, Dana, to follow up on the Saturn V, one of my good friends from graduate school, his mother worked her entire career for NASA, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm buying that for Mom. She doesn't do anything Lego. His kids do Lego, but he's like, I'm buying that for her because she will want that sitting on her shelf." And and the same thing probably with the Moonlander. I'm assuming it would also draw on people who may not ever buy Lego, or at least they haven't in the past. Yeah. And suddenly they were like, hey, this is something I want. The ISS. I mean, I bought all those sets. But I'm already a Lego person.
You're absolutely right. But at the same time, though, I know people who. I got a friend of mine who's in California who he's a Lego fan. Because from when he was a kid, but he's not in a position or, you know, a demographic where he's going to regularly buy Lego. And I know for a fact that the last three, the Saturn V, the Moonlander, and the space station, he's got all three. And so that's a perfect example of somebody who wouldn't normally buy Lego, who's going to buy Lego. So it comes right into play. So it's ironic that Chris has dropped, because we are actually at like the 7:45 mark where we were going to jump into another segment. So we'll continue to talk until Chris comes back.
Well, actually, I have an idea, which is Bricksmith. I saw you at Birmingham. You want to talk about the pink in the bucket? Because
I can always talk about.
Oh my God! Don't start him on the pink bucket, because he'll never stop. We only got 15 minutes.
You get 3 minutes.
Oh, just 3 minutes.
No, it's like Dale Carnegie. 2 minutes and you're done. Go.
I don't even know where there's my bucket. What do you guys want to know about? I mean, just what it is, where it came from.
Well,
why?
someone who's never met you before, and it's all about your T-shirt. It's got pink buckets,
Yay!
so why?
Okay, well, we'll do it another time. There's Chris. So
He's back to ruin the fun.
So nothing makes somebody panic that they're reading and watching the chat, and all of a sudden it says you have 9 minutes of battery left, and it's ticking down fast. And so I go and I look, and it's plugged in, and I hear my computer shut down, and I look, and the cord had just wiggled from the little, whatever, the box thing down there. So
First word problems.
that's right. So anyway, all right. So what did I miss? Y'all clue me in.
So we were talking about basically people who never buy Lego and only come in and buy a certain set because it's something specific that Lego has produced, aka the Saturn V. When the piano comes out, you're going to get people who come in, buy that set, and boom, they're gone.
Well, I think I've seen a lot of that too on like Reddit when people post collections of just various stuff. They'll have so much like non-Lego Star Wars stuff, like the collectible figures, and then they'll just have, their big centerpieces, the Millennium Falcon and the Star Destroyer, because I think that's like what you perceive that set to look like as a kid, but that's what it actually looks like as an adult. Like it's as big as you perceived it to be. And I think that's why it brings people in. Same thing with the Saturn stuff. Like I'll see people with tons of space paraphernalia, and then they just want like a big Saturn rocket to go in there. And so you definitely do get those people that wouldn't buy Lego otherwise, or maybe liked Lego as a kid and then left it and then came back just for this one set because they really like that set.
Yeah. I mean, and so for those of us who've been in a long time, and like Kevin says, hey, Kevin, check, get your Hinkle out. There we go. All right, get your Hinkle swag. Woo! Right there it is. Woo! All right,
I have more. I'm just not getting it.
So, there are different types of fan, obviously, and we shouldn't judge anybody for how they enjoy their Lego. There are the collectors who just build the set, stick them on the shelves, and nothing else. There's the builders who get parts, and there's a lot of things in between. Some people get in the hobby just to kind of brag that they were able to afford something. Was it like Brick Fair 2011? I think I remember this kid came to Brick Fair. He sat down about 4 base plates covered with the same stormtrooper, and it was a rare stormtrooper. And somebody looked down and went, they named an awful amount of money that this dad for this kid had spent to line up, hundreds of this stormtrooper. And the mom sat back there reading her book, and the kid ran around Brick Fair and all that kind of stuff. That kid's probably not still into Lego, but I'm not going to be his judge. But there are those who get in it to collect or to one up somebody in their collection. That's fine too.
That's why I'm here, to one up Chris.
That's right. He's going to do that on Monday. But anyway,
but we don't have to do people collecting an entire theme just to do it for fun.
Yeah. Right. Like get all the space sets. Who'd be weird like that?
No, I'm going to brag right now. I got all the Lone Ranger sets. Boom.
Woohoo!
The Lone Ranger was totally off my radar, right?
Those are great sets.
They are.
They really are.
I bought the whole line.
I don't blame
I
you.
got
Look
some
there.
of them on clearance at Walmart. They're great sets.
And the artist who did the box art was amazing. He should never be, or her team should never be harmed or spoken ill of ever.
I heard it's the same one that did Hidden Side.
They went senility set in, but anyway. All right, so I think we're kind of agreed in some way. I mean, when these new sets are coming out, they hit one group, I guess, has splat damage or whatever to everybody else and draw us in and everything. We get excited about it. But can I be honest? My shelves, I don't display as much as others, okay? But my shelves are getting full. And there's got to be some limit with kids and families. And I know that kids grow up, they grow out of it. Obviously, I got back in because a teenager grew out of it, right? But there comes a limit. I mean, you see all the pretty, and which site is doing the basements that are really pretty and everything. And I'm like, y'all haven't built in there in a month because nobody's room is that clean and all that kind of stuff. But there's a shelf limit that comes, I think. And I'm at it right now. When I look at the Seinfeld set, I wasn't really into the show, but it looks pretty cool. I know people who are. The typewriter is actually probably the most appealing, but I would rather Bricklink that money than Lego that money. And then the Home Alone house, that's not me. They're shelf sitters, and those bricks are tied up for me. That's how I enjoy the hobby. I'm probably not throwing that money out. It may make me go, oh, that's a pretty good idea. But so those 3 new sets that have come out, what did you guys think? Or are you going to get it?
I think we've all agreed that the typewriter is probably the most appealing in general.
Only the typewriter for me.
I don't know how a typewriter got 10,000 votes.
All right, well, tell us, Mr. Lego collection behind you, what?
So I mean,
I need to ask you a real question. Have you actually ever typed on a manual typewriter?
No, not a typewriter.
And that's why you don't understand.
I mean, it sure looks like fun, all the clacky keys, but I mean, now we just have mechanical keyboards that make that same clacky sound. So,
should I throw some shade at my son to say that I see his shelves are full and messy? But I'm not going to say. I'm not throwing shade on my son anyway.
To me, the most interesting one is probably the Home Alone one. Interesting.
With a steady diet of government cheese. Anyway. Go ahead. I'm sorry, bud.
You're good. Yeah, the Home Alone one, but even still, I gotta say I'm not too excited for any of them. When I think of the Home Alone one, I think of the scale that they did the Simpsons house in, and that house was just so boring to me. I mean, it was just a slab, like a rectangular one color slab. And so I don't think there's a good way they can do like a full scale house and then have all the intricacies and be like less than $200, honestly. And I feel like, maybe some people will get that, but I don't see the big appeal for that. And same with the typewriter. It's just, I don't see that there's enough group appeal for something as obscure as just a typewriter. But
so Brian, what was the last idea set that really did jazz you?
Oh, Pirates of Barracuda Bay, sitting right over there. That's the one.
That's awesome.
we need that one when people get nostalgic for their printers. When everybody's got 3D printers, and then they're like, "Remember when they just had inkjet printers?"
or 2030 Lego idea set, the Nokia line of phones,
the 3000, the brick,
6 different
flip phone,
old cell phones.
The flip phone that looks like
the Razor.
Or whatever.
You're going to have a sticker that says PC load letter on it.
Or I want on the printer, I want one that says cyan is running low.
Yeah. And then it comes with a little poly bag that you allowed to build your own floppy disks to go with it.
Yeah, 90% of the people who bought a printer had to look up what cyan was the first time. They're like, what is? Oh, it's blue. Okay. Talking about the house size, I think that was like an in-joke in the Lego movie. Remember when Emmett's on the motorcycle and he goes into the house?
Yeah.
And it's a normal size little house. And then he's going through room after room after room after room, and he busts out the other side. It's hard to build that scale house.
You know that I'm gonna cut Chris off. That's the Bonanza house, right?
The what?
The Bonanza house.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
I don't know.
They did a color swap on it. They made it blue and yellow. It's supposed to be red and white.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Julian has stopped us with a obscure.
Oh wait, that's good.
Julian, if you had glasses, Julian, if you're wearing glasses, that's what you'd be doing right now.
That's right. Push the glasses up. Now you nerded out. Nerded out. That's right.
Well.
Hey, Chris, I'm supposed to thank you because we got our last minute bit.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was reading. Wait.
Gutenberg press.
I would buy that. I would
line up all the letters, press it down.
I'm actually surprised. That actually would be an interesting set.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, we got to build it and submit it to Lego Ideas right now.
Stop talking about it right now.
There's a market for it apparently.
That's right. That's awesome. All right, so we've got one thing we'll talk about to lead into next week, but I know part of being Old Gray Bricks, Dana, who is one of those weirdos that has an entire collection of something that we all do, okay, but he is going to show off a classic Old Gray Brick. Here we go.
Yep. So what our new segment is going to be called Old Gray Bricks Set of the Week. So, Chris, if you will go ahead and switch me to my presentation mode.
Wait, hang on.
The Inquisition, ain't it great?
Hey, Micah. Lego's gonna come out with a whole series of antique instruments like the hand crank dishwasher just for you.
All right, here we go. There's your full screen.
All righty, so here we go. Old Gray Bricks Set of the Week. We're gonna start this out the way.
We have some echo to that next time. I feel like we need some echo. What do you think?
And a drum roll.
Some reverb. Week.
You need to take your mouse and drag that around really cheesily too. There we go. All right, good.
Ooh.
We are going with the holy grail of classic space sets, the Galaxy Explorer.
Yes.
Proof
that your mom loved you in 1977. So
yeah.
Look, it's a typewriter.
Oh, wait. 1979. So here in the States, the set was $49.7 Galaxy Explorer, but in the UK and other parts of Europe, it was $928.
God save the Queen.
All of the LL928. So again, classic space, 1979. Thanks for playing, Chris. You were close. Piece count was 338 pieces. Minifigures 4, 2 red and 2 white spacemen. Retail price of $32.
Ooh.
Can you believe that? That set cost only $32.
That was a lot of money. Yeah.
Today, used price on Bricklink, 6-month average was $200, up to $600 with a box. And for any sort of crazy people out there who bought things and never did anything with them and kept them in the box, we're going to have words about those that space there. There we go. But if you bought a classic Explorer and didn't open the box, new in box, $2,000 it's going for on Bricklink. Last 6 months, somebody sold one in box for $2,070, which is kind of crazy.
What kind of sick person doesn't open that?
I know, right? So why is the Galaxy Explorer cool? It's got trans yellow parts. Come on. And then we get crater plates. We get a crater plate with it and a landing plate. Aerial antenna. We could probably do an entire episode talking about love-hate for aerial antennas.
Yeah, that was your nickname in high school, right?
And printed parts on this set, I think, have got to be cool because, of course, we get computer screens, space logo,
Space.
and the F11 LL928 part, which that's the coveted pieces of those sets. So discussion.
What about that typewriter, right?
No. The whole
I
point
just
now
wanna-
is for us to talk about the old classic space set.
All right, well, let's get your camera down there. Show it.
Hang on a second. Let me switch camera modes here. Blink.
Ooh.
Ah.
Where?
I just want to point out that $32 in 1979 was like $100 today.
Yeah, I looked it up
I
as
got
well.
a question. I got a question.
There it is.
So if this set was $32 and it had 300 and something pieces, and we're paying $30 for a 300 something piece set nowadays, yeah, how?
So those base plates.
Oh, okay, that's okay. That makes sense.
that's all there's to it.
Well,
Wait. Here's my theory. You ready?
I'm ready.
Because back then this was a piece of Lego, and today this is a piece of Lego. A stupid tooth. I hate teeth.
Yeah.
I give you that.
I think that's part of it too, is that back then they used a lot more just brick pieces in general.
I miss the brick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at the set. It's big, chunky bricks. It's not like a
Beautiful.
Technic lift arms with 5 bricks on top. It's solid.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of angled plates on there.
Specialized pieces.
We know that specialized pieces definitely rack up the price of the set for sure.
Okay, all right. Hey, Dana, I hate to do this for you. I'm about to call you out. I need you to pull the gray engines off of there, and I need to see if they have the cross axle or not.
Ooh.
Calling you
The
out,
true
man.
test.
Wait. Let's see.
Oh, no cross axle. 1.
Let's see. 2,
2.
3,
Yeah.
and 4.
Oh, give him a hand.
Bravo.
Good job, everybody.
Period appropriate.
Yeah,
You passed
okay.
the test.
I didn't doubt you, bro, but we had
I will confess that not all of my sets have, like certain sets and the wings might not have the cutouts or the not cutouts for the notches, but I try to keep them as true to parts as possible. So I could not call this set complete until I had the correct engine pieces there.
Okay.
I got you. I'm sorry.
Our peanut gallery has been just overly abundant this evening, which has been
It has
fantastic.
been on point, and Gil is not here tonight. That's the other thing.
Oh, wait. So just because, tonight was, as Chris had pointed out before, or actually it was Matthew had pointed out before we started the show, tonight has been all about the Galaxy Explorer, and I even made sure to go ahead and pull out my my Galaxy Explorer blueprint.
Oh, wait a minute. Who was that made by?
I think that was Mr. Hinkle.
Oh, get your
All right.
And even Lego recognizes that it is one of the best sets of all time because they put it on the freaking cover of their book, or DK did on their book of the great Lego sets right there. Galaxy Explorer right on the cover.
Yeah, that little bitty version was pretty cool in there.
I couldn't bring myself to take the parts out of the bag when I have so many of those pieces, so I actually built mine from my spare inventory.
So you know that weirdo that we just talked about that kept their Galaxy Explorer in the box. Just saying. Anyway.
Yeah, you're right. Some people were ahead of their time.
Yeah, I figured out how to do that this week, Kevin. You're welcome. Anyway.
Now, here you go. I got it. I finally figured it. I finally found it. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I found it there. I'm proud of myself.
What'd you find?
Well, that's the picture from the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. And then I'm gonna screen share real quick.
Let's see that Bonanza house.
I don't know.
You're not gonna put naked chicks in my stream.
No. But there it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Same build.
didn't even notice that.
All right. Hey, Brick Smith, I'm giving you the big screen, baby. Push them glasses up for us, man. Come on, man. You nerded big time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was very good.
Bravo.
Okay, so we're going to do. This has been a great discussion, guys. We're We've gone past an hour, I think. But it's been a good discussion and everything. Next week, we're going to talk about some pet peeves when it comes to building. My number one pet peeve, I'll go ahead and say it so you can think about it. And you may want to share one before we go. My number one pet peeve is when I need 4 pieces to complete a circle or a square or something. I need 4 and I've got 3. They're of the same color. Like I need 4 of those wing plates and I've got 3. The other thing is, and it's my fault, I probably missorted it somewhere else and I'll never find it ever again. But in that, sometimes Lego will give you a part like a wing in a set and not give you the other side. And that drives me nuts. That is one of my pet peeves about building with Lego. Okay. So
but the helicopters, the back fin on the helicopter, they only ever give you one of those wings.
All right, Kevin, that I was going to put your email in next week, but never mind. Anyway.
Don't bother.
Julian will beat you to it.
No, you don't.
He doesn't read his email anyway.
All right. So anyway, anybody got a quick pet peeve they want to throw out there? And we'll
Guys talking about space all the time.
oh look, let's see. How do we do that? There we go. Oh,
And there he goes.
I'm going to kick them all the way out though, Brian. So sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's reserved for me.
It was a learning moment.
My pet peeve, and Dana and I were chatting about this the other day, is when you get an inventory for something you want to build and you say, oh, I've got a bunch of those. And then you actually go up and they're in the wrong color. And you do have that shape, but not in the color you need, or you only have 2 of them and you need 8 of them. And then you go online and you realize you have to order it from Slovakia. That's kind of, that seems to happen to me every time.
Yeah.
Yep. He has been pitching for somebody to send him a letter for a year, I think, hasn't he, Julian?
What's your address, Inkle?
I don't have Hinkle's address at my house. I got a letter from him.
I'll send you something.
Actually, you know what? I think I've got his address on this envelope from him. So let's see here. Yeah, it's in Connecticut, 06016. That's gotta be his address.
Just send it to the Lego Group corporate office up there. I'll get it to him.
Go get it to
I'm
him.
sure they'll forward it.
According to Kevin, someone's
I would buy that.
somebody hit him up. I think it was last month and a half ago. Kevin's not going to tell you the story, but I will. Hit him up and is like, "So you're still over there at the Lego Group? I need help." Really? just do better. That's the whole story. It was not long.
Yeah.
But Kevin will never put shade on anybody.
Yeah. Kevin's very professional.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Any other quick pet peeves you've got?
Google business.
All right. Here's a pet peeve because I had a great idea. I had this idea because it's like the new astronaut that's coming out, and I noticed that his torso color is this new pearly silver and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, but I don't like just the flat legs that comes with him. It's okay. So then I was looking at the new set, the fire truck set that we are really jonesing for in this house, the hidden side fire truck set. I think that's the one with the little TV bot, right?
Yep.
And so I was checking him out online and the pictures that Lego gives me, and the TV bot has silvery pearl gray legs with printing on them. And I'm like, oh yeah. So I ordered the torsos and then I ordered the legs. But you can't tell in my picture here. Let me give me the thing here. It has purple decorations on the legs. It's got silver print. It's got tealy, whatever, the light blue, and purple on it.
Your spaceman has been friended.
Yeah, he's got friend's legs. It would look great if it was all the same colors. Because check that out.
That would be awesome.
It would look really good with dark blue.
Yeah, the answer actually are dark blue. That's
Is
right.
Chris still talking about space?
I'm always talking about space, baby.
It's all about space.
But I'm actually making still get away with it with this little bit of purple and pink. But now that I've told you guys, you won't let me. But
not unless your ships have purple in them too.
No,
that's true. Anyway, I have like 3 purple bricks.
Talk to Matthew. He's got plenty of them.
I have a whole tray.
That's another pet peeve is Lego in their print colors and stuff. They sometimes they just don't get it. So my son knows this.
It is.
Purple.
Purple. Look at all that purple.
Wait, are we okay? Are we doing this right now? Okay.
No.
Oh, yeah, we can do this right now.
I ain't got purple, but I'll show you something.
Hey, it's a family show.
Oh, wait, no,
I don't know where this is going.
Never mind.
I got my finger on the button.
Yeah.
I got my,
I got one thing for you, Chris. By popular demand.
Yeah, hang on. Let me give you this.
Flying Fleegnorg.
Flying Fleebnorgs. Oh my goodness.
There it is.
Forget about killer hornet bees. We're talking about flying Fleegnorgs.
There it is with the spooky wings. Ah! They just fit right on top.
Perfect.
It just fits behind the tail and everything. It fits. It's not a strong connection. It does come off a little easily, but it does fit.
We have the mutated evolution of the Fleegnorg.
There it is. I'll have to take a good photo of it after this.
Yes.
Put that up on Twitter so that
mother Fleebnorg. We'll have to explain Fleebnorgs to you another day. All right. Any final thoughts, everybody?
Come see me. Come see me at Atlanta Brick Company on Monday.
I'm gonna see if I can get a yard pass and come down.
Come on, man.
When are you going to get there?
4 hours from when he leaves from
whatever my chauffeur gets us there. I think it's going to be probably around 11.
I have
It's an
taken a
hour
whole day
drive
off.
for me,
If you don't
so.
show up, I'm going back home. So
What did you say?
It's an hour drive.
Yeah.
4 hour drive. 4 hour drive.
4-hour drive. He's going to make it
It's
up.
a 1 hour drive from me, and I live in
Yeah.
the metro area.
It's like 45 minutes for me. I don't know if I can make it. That's such
Oh,
a
no.
hassle.
Oh, come on. Peer pressure. Listen, all those sets are missing parts, and I'm going to dig through their bin because I have a list. I'll email you the list and you can help.
Actually, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice. Take your parts list and email it to Chris. He's got
Not me.
not this Chris, but Chris from Atlanta Brick Company. He's got a couple of gals who will go down in the basement and search for those parts for you.
Okay.
You know that guy. He's got a couple of gals. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? It sounded better in my head than when I was
He'll take care of it for you.
where it was gonna go.
He's my boy. He'll take care of you.
This week, tell him Dana sent you. Huh?
Mobster accents after Chicago.
Guy on this live stream is named Dana. He said, girls gotta do a thing.
You come to me and I'll help you, and then later on I'll ask you for a favor.
There it is.
Forget
I
it.
knew it was you, Fredo.
I knew it was you, Fredo.
All right, everybody. It's been a great show. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you folks out there for joining us. My son who's upstairs and Ryan Wood and Micah. And we go Rachel Bricks. Nathan, it's good to see you, man. Mr. Hinkle, always an honor and a pleasure. Winterbricker and all those guys. Ryan, good to have you here in the chat tonight. And so glad you guys are here. Thank y'all for coming. Check our channel out tomorrow. Jake and I are going to drop a video of our adventures this week, going to the Lego store and all that kind of stuff. And most of all, be creative, be safe, and
Go out there and build something.
do what?
So go out there and build something.
Go out there and build something. Be creative, be awesome. You guys have a good night. Peace out.
Peace out.